is kind of an opinion on a very complicated topic, and it's a prediction. However, I think if you take a look at what the world is doing and the way it's moving, it's kind of obvious some aspects of this conversation are destined to come true. We already discussed this book, Dark Pools, AI, robots and trading, but I wanted to come back to this conversation because it definitely has to do with all the videos I make on my channel, and that is in 5 or 10 years, it might be completely irrelevant, all this learning, all this studying of the markets, because robots and big data are just, man, it's happening so fast. Now my background is in kind of machine robots, not necessarily AI or the programming side, although I did study some elements, but nothing I would consider to be useful. So I studied just mostly the mechanical side of robots, but we're going to discuss the AI and algorithms, and it's getting to a point where it's happening so fast and it builds upon itself. I don't know if anyone has read The Singularities Nearby. I think Ray Kurzweil. I started reading it, but it was a really heavy book. It's actually it's in my house. I just gotta go find it, but I can go find it if anyone's interested. But it's I don't read enough to discuss it, but I do understand the topic that everything will eventually come to one head of kind of intelligence. It is a theory, but it makes so much sense when you break it down. How this is relevant to stocks and trading is, right now, as we speak, you might be studying how to trade a market, make some quick money and whatever, and where to put money to invest, but ultimately there's machines being built right now, it's a fact, that are learning, evolving how to trade and invest in companies based on everything. Now, whether this is going to be useful or not is almost 100%, because it's just a matter of time before, the learning is so fast and it's a lot. And the example you can give is with the chess. I don't know, maybe like 30 years ago, I don't really know, they thought that robots would never be able to beat someone at a game of chess. And now they can beat someone almost 100% of the time. If I had to bet, it would be on the robot 100% of the time. What's stopping just that type of learning and understanding in robotics or AI to trade the market so efficiently? And the thing that's scary is you're saying, well, this might not ever come to like me or like a normal person, and you're right, it'll only go to the people with enough money that are going to want to use it. And it's again, this conversation is very difficult that we're having because it's uncertain, but it's almost certain, if that makes sense. Like, it will happen, it's just a matter of when. And we're learning all these things, how to manage like risk, how to do this and that, but ultimately the robot's just gonna do it one day, and it'll be better than you. There's no way you're gonna beat a robot. Now, you can find niches and things that robots can't do as well. Like right now, they can't trade or invest long term as well as a human. They can't filter out information as good as we can and say, this is important for me, this is important for this decision. But it's only a matter of time before they will. And again, we have to remember what the purpose of the stock market is. It's to transfer wealth. It's literally all it is. Sure, you can buy companies and you can buy this and you own this piece of share of this company. If we're being real with ourselves and the world and how it's actually used, is to transfer wealth from people that are dumb and uneducated, who kind of want to chase a quick money, to people who have the money to buy these robots, to buy AI, and to buy intelligent people to make very educated decisions. That's all it kind of is. And you might be, I don't know, I don't want to sound like a rude person, and I don't want you to think I'm just being you know what I mean? But I'm just saying that if you break it down, that's how this market is being manipulated and used, and especially right now, today, as we speak. You know, the U.S. government's just printing so much money. They're just buying like companies' assets, so they own the share on paper and this and that. It's very corrupt. It's a very weird system and world we live in. And if you want to trade and if you want to be good at trading or anything in life, you're always going to have to adapt to what's happening around you, but also predict in the future what's going to happen so you can plan for today. And I'm telling you, from my point of view today, the fundamental trading robots are coming. I don't know when, I don't know how good they're going to be. They might be here already. They mentioned in this book about 5 years ago that they've already been here. But they're not as good as like they should have been. But again, technology and artificial intelligence builds upon itself. And it's kind of here. Look at Tesla with all the robots in there, or the cameras in the car. They're building upon all this knowledge. Apple and all these maps and softwares can predict future traffic results based on the past, as well as just predicting. It's very fascinating. However, the way it's being used is very scary because I don't know. I think it's just happening too fast for me to comprehend. And maybe you don't really believe some things I'm saying, like the robots. I mean, just kind of look it up. Do a little bit more research. Not on YouTube. Just I don't really even know. Like I'm sad to find that I found this book out so late in my life. I wish I read this like years ago when I started studying the markets, because it's just important and it's kind of hidden because they don't want you to kind of know. But robots, intelligence, and the future of how markets are traded and manipulated are coming in different forms, and we have to start learning today what we're going to plan to do in the future, because it takes a lot of time for us. And the big thing I want to just get from this is, if you want to like learn all this finance stuff and whatever, is it really worth it? Because yeah, it's interesting, it's fascinating, but is the reason you're doing so, you know, that time could be used better in doing some other activity, because in the future this stuff is probably just going to be all robotic. You're going to buy some robot or AI or be a part of it and funnel money into these funds or something and have the robot do the work and research company fundamentals and predictions of the future. It just makes so much sense, and it's almost depressing, but it's not at the same time. I don't really know, but I fear that the world is changing too fast for normal people to comprehend, and having discussions like this sparks some interest or different, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, a different thought process in other people so they can begin to make better decisions for the future. Because in the moment right now, stock trading might seem hot. Oh, you learned this, you learned that. Maybe you can make some money, maybe this, whatever. But the game's changing, and every game is always changing. Or most games are always changing. And if you don't know how to play the game in the future, you're not going to be prepared when the time comes. Anyway, kind of just a short video I wanted to talk about robotic trading, investing in fundamentals based on companies that they will be able to find company. Maybe here's the thing: stock market valuations are already really high. PEs are exceptionally high on certain companies. Is that because the market is genuinely overvalued? Is that because inflation? Is it because the robotic trading and fundamentals are already here? They've already predicted companies that will be successful in the future, and they're already pricing it in and future expectations because they already found the companies. Is that all the reasons? Is it one of them? Is it all of them? I don't know. But it's definitely things to consider and to keep in the front of your mind when making your own decisions. Days are coming in the very near future, maybe 5 years, and maybe 10, but I think 5 is more realistic, where we will not win a lot of the games we're playing today. And we will just have to adapt if we want to still play the game. But it's hard to say at this current state.